What is the key to throwing a perfect spiral?
You're asking the wrong Harbaugh. The other guy, although some would say Jim didn't throw a perfect spiral either.
Good to see you.
Still throw a pretty good ball.
Thanks. I like to think I never lost it.
It's nice.
Most NFL coaches think they can throw it with the best of them.
I can lay it out there about 35 yards on a good day.
I think the high school coaches missed my calling. I think I should have been a quarterback, and I'd probably still be playing, backup role.
I just threw the ball about 80 yards. Did you guys catch that?
Okay, Rex, so how do you throw a spiral?
You just let it fly. I have no idea. You just you grab it and you let it go.
Only 3 current NFL head coaches actually played quarterback in the league. So, to learn how to throw a spiral, we got smart and asked the Princeton grad.
Wow, how you throw a perfect spiral? It starts with the grip. My deal was always to get as many of these laces as you can get. So I put 2 fingers on the laces. I always tried to get that finger in that seam right there. It's a little bit like probably the golf swing. People say don't hold it too tight, don't hold it too loose. We always talk with our quarterbacks about having the elbow above the shoulder and making sure you're coming down. Oftentimes people, when they try to throw a spiral, they try to do this. Your hand has to come down, and different people will tell you different things, whether you need to really pronate your wrist or just be down with your wrist. But the ball ultimately comes off of these last 2 fingers, and then hopefully you have the right grip and the right control and a consistent, clean motion with a spiral.
As Troy Aikman's longtime backup, Jason Garrett saw a lot of pretty spirals.
The ball came out of his hands the way he wanted to over and over and over again. And I tell our quarterbacks now, we'd go days without the ball ever hitting the ground when he threw it. It was a great challenge for me as a quarterback who was throwing next to him on a daily basis to just prove that I was in the same ballpark. And clearly I wasn't, but he certainly made me better just watching him.
Watching the great ones throw a perfect pass is a privilege, and those who have made a career in coaching all have their favorites.
I've been around some good ones now, so I've been lucky enough to be around Brett Favre, who had an absolute rifle. There's this little that comes off the ones that have a gun, and Donovan and Brett both had that.
So did this guy, though he wasn't everyone's favorite.
Well, Joe Namath's been so critical of us lately, I'm not going to say him. Sorry, Joe. A little payback on you, buddy. But now he was phenomenal. He really did. He could really throw it. I don't want to mention the Dolphin. It's easy to say Marino, but he's a Dolphin, so no.
Perfectly thrown pass by Marino.
Warren Moon could really spin it. Whew, he could spin it.
Another perfect pass by Warren Moon.
It's a good ball way to spin it, kid.
That's the way to spin it.
Feel good? Yeah. Spin it good.
Let's go friggin' doom, spin him, okay?
In case you haven't figured it out, coach speak for spiral is spinning it. And the great ones seem to spin it more than the rest.
Tom can really spin it. That guy in New England, he spins it really well.
Joe Flacco can spin it. He's one of the great throwers in football.
I think guys who really spin it well have very good wrist action. Because the more times your spiral rotates, the easier the ball is to catch.
Beautiful spiral over the middle. You cannot throw a ball more accurately than this. Absolutely perfect.
The more you spin it, the easier it is for the guys to see it in the air and then to adjust to the speed of the ball. And also, it hits their hands softer. I'm not sure what the physics is exactly on that. I'm not physics major, but I can promise you that a ball that spirals more is a lot easier to catch.
This man would agree.
Because of centrifugal force, a spiral is going to be far more stable and easier to predict from a receiver's point of view because it's going to hold its position. So it's a little bit like a bicycle wheel. The faster it's spinning, the more stable it is.